Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good. This is the fourth episode of our series Ramadan around the world. In today's episode we have a sister all the way from Turkey. First we're going to watch her intro and then we'll speak to our sister. So everyone, I hope you all like the intro Sister Safia sent to us. And right now we've joined by sister over here, all the way from Turkey. Assalamu alaikum sister, how are you?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Well, to all my viewers, and let me tell you a little bit about Sister Safia. Me and Sister Safia have been following each other a little bit through social media,
Yes.
and her videos on YouTube are completely just amazing and really brilliant. I will definitely add the link of Sister Safia's YouTube and Instagram accounts in the description, as well as you can see on the screen right now. So,
Thank you so much.
Sister, you're now in a unique situation due to the COVID pandemic. Sister Safia, would you please explain a little bit about your intro and what's going on at the moment?
We actually came to Turkey as a holiday in March. It's going to come up to 2 months now. And 1 week within our holiday, we had it all planned out that before Ramadan, we'll be back home in UK. And just during our first week here, we found out that it's gone really bad and Turkey started to shut down its borders to UK. So we were still in hope that no, the flights are going to be open, it's fine. And then slowly we got emails from all the other hotels that we're shutting down. And unfortunately, we had to book an apartment. So I'm in my second apartment now. And I'm spending Ramadan here, which is really funny because this was unexpected. But alhamdulillah, it's going really well. Like spending Ramadan in a Muslim country, I think is a different experience for me overall.
So, sister, you are in whereabouts in Turkey are you guys at the moment?
I'm in Antalya. I'm in Antalya, Konyaaltı. That's the area I'm in. I'm not in Antalya city, which is the busy area. But I'm on the side where all the residents live. I'm more Russians here and Turkish people here.
So now, sister, you are originally from the UK. So tell us a little bit about your background, if you can.
Yes, I was brought up in the UK. I was born in UK. I was born in West London. I got married and I moved to South London. And I've been married for 7 years, alhamdulillah now. I have 2 children and I studied Islamic studies. I've got a degree in Islamic theology. And I've got 2 children, aged 5 and 4. I started homeschooling my son last year.
Okay, all right. So, sister, would you like to tell us a little bit about your channel and what you cover and talk about that a little bit?
Me and my husband, we like to travel a lot. We've been traveling since we got married. So I thought, why not start telling people? Everyone really wanted to know about what are hotels like, what are prices like. So I thought, let me just make a video on it, showing around the hotel, the price and that I got it at. And people seemed really interested. So that's how I started my YouTube channel, The Precious Gem. And from there, I think it's just given me a lot of confidence. I've grown as a person being married, and when you get children, you become really confident. And on top of that, I wear the niqab. So I think for women with niqab, it's very important that we become confident and we give confidence to other women as well, and we empower them, because I think when you use your voice, it's very empowering. So I just thought, even if I'm in niqab, let me just start a YouTube channel, let me start my Instagram, and that's how I started. Just with my passion of traveling, I give tips to mothers. I do a lot of cooking videos. I just do whatever interests me.
Mashallah. So it's you're covering a lot of aspects in that particular channel, and I've seen a lot of your videos. They're simply really good. And I would definitely recommend everyone to go out, show some love to Sister Sophia as well. Okay,
Jazakallah
so
so much.
sister, tell us how you spent your last Ramadan and what you have been doing this year in this situation. How do you compare both of them?
Well, all my Ramadans really, my children have been young. I've been looking after young children, and any mother out there would know that Ramadan with children is difficult because it's not all about praying on time and getting your Tarawih done and Quran. That's what we think about when we think about Ramadan. But it's different because you have to have your whole routine around your children and look after them. And I think it's very important that we remember that looking after children at the same time is very hard work, and it's very rewarding as well. Allah gives us reward for that as well. So all these Ramadans that I've been having before this, I've never had them in another country. This is my first time I've been out of my house, like away from home. So it's totally different for me. If you think like only Ramadan I've done in Pakistan once. So
Okay.
that's the only time, and that was okay because we were with family. Do you understand? We were with other people, and I live with my in-laws. So because I've come here, I'm in an apartment on my own. So it is very different. Number one, it's a Muslim country, so that's the benefit that I've got. My
Definitely.
children are getting older, and Alhamdulillah, they can play together. They can look after themselves now. They're 5 and 4. I've got a girl and a boy, so I've realized they can play together more now. It's not me doing everything. And I've been eating. If you're going to ask about how Ramadan is in Turkey, the people are so healthy here. They are very, very healthy. I don't know if you've realized if you've come to Turkey before, but they're very healthy in their eating. And obviously at home we have samosas, pakora. I make fruit chaat with we have mango lassi. I put mango pulp and double cream in my fruit chaats. And roux afza, we have what is it called, the rose syrup we make with milk.
Yeah.
So I'm so used to all of that sweet stuff and all that nice stuff, but here I've got none of that. There's no fried food. Like they don't know what samosa is. So but that's a very good thing because now when I read my Tarawih, I'm not like, I can't do sajda or I'm burping all the time. We start off our iftari with the dates, water and fruit. They've got a lot of fruit here, so we have strawberries, pomegranates, bananas, apples, pears, oranges, and all at a decent price. It's not overpriced at all. My husband goes to the market every Friday. Fruit is really good quality. It's not like you bought a bowl for something for £1. It's like 70 pence. Yes, the bananas are expensive, but during quarantine I don't go out shopping at all. Only my husband goes out. And they've had this rule here that from Friday evening to Sunday night, Friday night to Sunday night, no one is allowed out.
I see.
No elderly, no children, so I have to stay home to look after the children. And only my husband goes out with a mask and all of that. So the prevention skills are actually really good here. I think that's why we've got a very low number.
So sister, you mentioned that you're living in a flat now. So how do you have any neighbors, Turkish neighbors? Do you guys mostly being Muslims, we normally share our iftar with one another, even our neighbors. Tell us some experience about Turkish neighbors or anything.
Jazakallah for mentioning that, because the first apartment that I went to for about 3 weeks, you can check this out in my YouTube channel, it was called Rada apartment. Now it's not very far from here, it's about 10 minutes walking, but that was a very high class apartment, and I just didn't feel right there. I thought, well, let's do Ramadan somewhere else, because we didn't have many neighbors to converse with. Now, when we found this, it's a penthouse actually. It's got 2 balconies at the front and the back. So it's very airy. There's Muslims around us. And we've got actually a Moroccan woman who lives underneath us, married to a Turkish man. And mashallah, she sends us really nice food all the time. She sends us puddings, brownies with ice cream. She even sent us a whole, she phoned me in the morning and she was like, don't make anything today, I'm cooking for you today. And she bought me a whole tagine. That's the Moroccan dish. Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, so mashallah, that is amazing. That really is. And that is the beauty of living close to Muslims and our own community, because being Muslims, that combines us, that joins us all together as it is.
Yes.
So,
Yes. And
sister, are
we
you?
send food to each other as well. So I'll send her one day I'd cook biryani and I'll send her some. And then she's like, no, I really like biryani. And then I'm like, yeah, I really like Tajiki. So she sent me some.
Oh wow, that is super, really cool. So, sister, is there do you miss any food event that you had over here in England? Anything?
Well, as I told you, it's just the fried food really, but I know it's not good for me. So I'm not I'm missing it, but
Yeah,
I'm not sad about it. I'm happy that I'm
yeah,
getting good
yeah.
stuff in my diet. I'm getting
I guess
healthy things.
what I meant was in terms of like iftars and stuff, like going out and stuff, because obviously due to quarantine, we're not going out anyway. But maybe if if the COVID situation was not there, maybe you could have had that even over there in Turkey, going out and having iftars out as well. Yeah.
Yes, one thing that I want to mention is that because I don't live too close to my parents anymore, we don't always go out for iftars as much. We do get food sent, like people come in their cars and just before iftari send us some food, family members. But I didn't used to go out as much, but just because I had young children. I know that sounds really, it's really hard, like for someone to think that, oh, I don't do iftaris, but I just never went. I didn't used to go to people's houses because I had young children to look after. I just couldn't do that. But one thing that I've realized that I can do here, in that now that my children are older, is I've been able to fit in my tahajjud. So
Oh,
that's one thing. I've been able to pray all 20 rakats of Tarawih. I've never done that before. So that's something new that I'm doing here. I haven't missed it, but just because, I've got my children that are older. That makes a very big difference for mothers. And I just want them to know that if they're even doing a few rakats of Tarawih, it's enough. Allah doesn't look at quantity, He looks at quality. So we shouldn't be so sad about, some things that we're not able to do.
okay, sister. Last but not least, is there any advice for anyone wishing to spend Ramadan in Turkey next year through choice?
Don't travel during COVID-19. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I was talking about the next.
Yes, I understand. No, Ramadan is best at home. I'm telling you, Ramadan with family is best. You realize how much people around you do for you. My mother-in-law, my father-in-law, they used to look after the children all the time. I didn't feel it as much. You just have less pressure on yourself, I guess. But even with pressure, I think women work well with pressure. I think we all just work well like that. So yeah, it's just a routine now. We know a nap time. I know when I'm going to homeschool my children. I know when they're going to wake up. I know when to cook. I know what to cook every day. So I'm more on top of myself.
I see.
I think people, if they were to come to Turkey, if they didn't have children, yes, it would work. Because, it's like freedom. Literally, it's freedom without children. But if they were to go to any other country and spend Ramadan, it's a good experience. If anything, it's taught me you can be anywhere and you can still fast and you can still pray, and that's what we need to do really in Ramadan. So any Muslim country will do.
I see, mashallah. Thank you so much, sister. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was lovely having you in the series.
No, thank you so much. You've supported me since the beginning, and you actually reached out to me to do this, and I was I was like 50-50. But then when I saw what you were coming up with, I was like, no, that's it. I have to be part of this.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum.